Jordan Poyer has been officially ruled out by the Buffalo Bills versus Miami Dolphins. You know, a lot of people are just saying that Taylor Rapp is going to be there for the Buffalo Bills, but I think Cam Lewis might play a role, might be a better fit going against Miami. But welcome to my channel, Bills News Consolidated. We need to discuss it here. Jordan Poyer officially out for the Buffalo Bills, and we've been talking about it all week here, pressing Tyreek Hill, pressing Jalen Waddle at the line of scrimmage, and relying on our safety net in the back end of our secondary with Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, but unfortunately, Jordan Poyer is not going to be there. So who is going to be ideal for that spot? You would jump to the conclusion of Taylor Rapp, and yes, Taylor Rapp running a 4.7 240 coming out of college, whereas Jordan Poyer ran a 4.5440 coming out of college. Now, I know Jordan Poyer is a lot older right now. He's getting up in age. So has Taylor Rapp actually gotten faster, or just with Poyer slowing down? And the other thing you can look at is the shuttle. I guess Taylor Rapp was a little bit more agile than Jordan Poyer, but the slam dunk pick going against speedsters, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, Devon Chan of the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills might opt to start Cam Lewis at safety. He ran the fastest 40 at a 4.540 flat. Cam Lewis balling out this preseason in training camp, doing some amazing freaking things. And I think when you go against teams that are this fast, it could ultimately make sense to put him in there. Now, I know a lot of people are like, what about Damar Hamlin? You know, Damar Hamlin is more of that free safety type. He's good against the box, don't get me wrong. But, you know, I think we would want someone a little bit thicker out there at strong safety spot. Now, I know Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, they are interchangeable safeties. They can do a little bit of both, you know, but I really think Damar Hamlin is the backup to Micah Hyde. We saw it last year when Hyde went out. That's who filled in was Damar Hamlin. So really, to me, it boils down to Taylor Rapp and also Cam Lewis. And the reason why Cam Lewis might be a better idea than Taylor Rapp is because Sean McDermott might opt to call some dime packages against the Miami Dolphins. And we're going to be talking about this in a future video. But the dime package versus Miami, when you look at the Miami Dolphins tight ends, they are lighter tight ends, right? They're like 240-pound tight ends. They're not known to be blockers. When you look at the Buffalo Bills, we got Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, Quentin Morris, all proving to be blockers that we can run 13 personnel, 12 personnel. The Miami Dolphins are not doing that with McDaniels. It's 3 wide receiver sets, 1 tight end at times. They're hardly ever getting into 12 personnel, the Miami Dolphins. And I think really what we could do is completely expose that, not needing a linebacker necessarily out there, you know, and utilizing speed, right? Coming out in a dime package, having Taylor Rapp and Taron Johnson on the field at the same time, as well as Cam Lewis in the back end. So I think there's going to be times in this game, you know, you saw it, right? Even in the preseason, but going against the Jets, a run-heavy first team, going against the Raiders with Josh Jacobs and the negative yardage there, the Buffalo Bills rolled out their big nickel. So they basically replaced Taron Johnson with Taylor Rapp just to get a little bit more size in that nickel spot. So Taylor Rapp, yes, interchangeable, can play safety, can also play nickel, but I'm really thinking Cam Lewis, Taylor Rapp, and Taron Johnson could all very well be on the field at the same freaking time against the Miami Dolphins. So Jordan Poyer being out for the Buffalo Bills is still big news. The veteran leadership, knowing that the Buffalo Bills were going to try to do some things pre-snap against Tua. Now, when you look at the Miami Dolphins offense and ultimately what they're forcing defenses to do is really they're forcing defenses to adjust as the ball is getting snapped. Because of all the motion going on, defenses can't really react to the motion, right? It's not like the motion happens and the defense could call the play, right? Or that there's no motion going on and the defense adjusts completely pre-snap. So the fact is the Miami Dolphins are motioning as the ball is getting snapped, meaning our defense really needs to adjust post-snap. So when we're talking about disguising our coverages, having a great communication between all the defensive backs, to the linebackers, all the way to the front end of this Buffalo Bills defensive line. It's definitely a big-time loss not having Jordan Poyer. Unfortunate going against Miami last year, not having 110% Trey White, not having Micah Hyde, later in the season to the playoff game, not having Von Miller, and I really was hoping that we would have all hands on deck versus the Miami Dolphins. And Jordan Poyer is definitely a big-time loss, but I know for a fact Cam Lewis could definitely rise to the occasion here. Taylor Rapp could definitely rise to the occasion here too as well. Now, when you just, again, go back about their 40 times and also the overall age, plus the agility, and, the overall size, I think Taylor Rapp is slightly better overall tackler than Jordan Poyer. And no discount to Jordan Poyer, Pro Bowl Poe, a great Pro Bowler and great player in the NFL, but Taylor Rapp is ferocious. He can lay the lumber. He's a little bit thicker, I think. Just an absolute talent for the Buffalo Bills. We saw, I think it was actually Cam Lewis lay the lumber on Tyreek Hill last year. So why not bring Cam Lewis on the field, bring him in at safety, who was flying around, making plays during training camp, laying guys out during training camp, force fumbles. It strikes some fear into Tyreek Hill and the Miami Dolphins. And I really believe this is all going to boil down to pressing them at the line of scrimmage, having these safeties eye up Jalen Waddle and also eye up Tyreek Hill. And we will not get beat deep. We'll maybe allow some things underneath, but we're going to refuse to get beat deep. You got to take away that first option for Tyreek Hill, that first window, force Tyreek Hill to hold on to that ball. This is a system quarterback. This is a system by McDaniels that could be hacked by the Buffalo Bills. Take away that number one threat, take away that number one option, force Tua to go through his progressions, to find the open receiver, forcing him to hold on to the ball a little bit longer, and I'm betting on one of the best pass rushing defensive lines this year in the Buffalo Bills with Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau, even A.J. Epinesa, and getting their hands up too. A.J. Epinesa's pick six, he dropped back into coverage and actually got his hands up, jumped up, and picked the ball off. So there is a ton that the Buffalo Bills defense can roll out against the Miami Dolphins. And keep in mind, TB, Terrell Bernard, is a lot faster than Tremaine Edmonds. This is going to be a big difference for Bills Mafia going against the Dolphins. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe. I'm not too worried about Jordan Poyer being out. That's what great teams are all about, having depth, having the answers there, whether it's Cam Lewis, Taylor Rapp, whoever it is, even Damar Hamlin, I'm ready. And I believe we're going to take this and get the W, baby. But I appreciate you guys. Hit like, subscribe, and go Bills.